Hi everybody, it's Nathan. 2 days ago I spoke about foods that I eat for fat loss, specifically chicken breast. I wanted to continue that. So today I want to talk about protein yogurt. Protein yogurt, specifically yogurt that's marketed as like this protein option. Now I know it's probably not seriously any different than Greek yogurt. I don't know what the macros on Greek yogurt are. For me it's just easier to simply put, a yogurt in my fridge that tastes like blueberries or tastes like strawberries or whatever, and put it in my fridge and then just grab it and go. I don't have to have berries in the fridge. I don't have to do any of that. I don't have to wash anything. It just works. Now, obviously, it's probably a little more expensive than simply, buying Greek yogurt. That's going to be a running theme for my videos. I imagine that at some point, given everything that's going on, I'm going to have to figure out alternative options for things, because I don't know how sustainable it is to buy and eat a bag of broccoli every day. But for now, I like to eat these protein yogurts. The protein yogurts that I eat are about 130 calories and 20 grams of protein. Now, in general, the rule is that if you want to know if something's a good source of protein, what you do is you take the amount of calories it has per serving, or per 100 grams, or whatever it is, and you compare it to how many grams of protein it has per that same serving size, or per that same measurement. So, for example, the whole container of the protein yogurt is 130 calories. You see it has 20 grams of protein. If you take the amount of protein it has in grams and you multiply it by 10, and it's higher than the amount of calories, that's typically considered a good source of protein. Now, I'm not saying that everything you eat has to be exactly like that, because sometimes, for example, we like to eat snacks and, sometimes they add a little more protein, but it's still calorically dense, right? And at that point, it's just a nice option to have that adds a little bit more protein and you can afford the calories. I'm not saying everything you eat needs to be like protein forward, but I would consider something a good source of protein as opposed to just something with protein in it, if the protein per calories, right, if that ratio is working in protein's favor, right? So in general, that's what I do for like all the foods that I think are a good source of protein. That's typically what I do. Anyways, have a great day. Keep on killing it.